Gone are the days of ultra patriotism and the good guys always winning out with no casualties, because Captain America has entered the brave new world. Yep, this is the first feature film since Anthony Mackie took the reins from the other guy, Chris. I want to say his name is Chris. I keep forgetting names. Anyway, there's new Captain America in town, and he's the one we need and the one we deserve right now. This particular installment of the Captain America series has Harrison Ford take over the reins of Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross from the late great John Hurt, who in turn took the reins from the guy who played Carter Slade from Ghost Rider. Although why they didn't bring him back, I have no idea. I mean, he's not that old. Oh well. Anywho, T-Bolt is now president, and he's got some demons in the closet that are in gross need of exorcising. Unfortunately, the exorcist in question is the guy who will ultimately come to be known as the leader. The scientist that Bruce Banner worked with in the Incredible Hulk movie. Only he's not entirely human anymore. He's got a malformed brain, and he's super smart, but it seems old T-Bolt kept him under lock and key to do stuff for him, to help get him elected. He even broke some promises. So, unfortunately, the future leader has an axe to grind, and he's going to use it to chop up old Ross's reputation. And it's up to Sam, the new Captain America, and his new sidekick, the new Falcon, to save the day, although there will be some casualties. Overall, this was less of a Marvel flick and more of a gritty spy thriller set in the Marvel Universe. Everyone's performance is fine. Sam Wilson, aka Anthony Mackie, is a very decent Captain America. No superpowers, just a bit of upgraded gear and the will to keep going no matter what. He's definitely not Steve Rogers' Cap, but he does make a good name for himself. As for his sidekick, Joaquin, he's a Mexican guy, well, Latino. He's okay. He's a bit of a fanboy, but he does the wings proud. And like I said, Harrison Ford made for a good Thunderbolt Ross. Basically, he's an old warhorse that is trying to adapt to peacetime, but the old war boots just fit so well and are so comfortable. As for Tim Blake Nelson coming back as the leader, he was okay. I didn't see much of him in the cartoon, but this version of the leader is more of a broken man dealing with broken promises and broken dreams. And honestly, I felt sorry for the guy, but I was also terrified of him, because basically what was left after the humanity was stripped out of him was something worse than Thanos almost. The effects were awesome. Well, not awesome, but they were good. A lot of real locations, a lot of practical effects. And overall, the CGI was not overly intrusive. And Red Hulk made a decent appearance. Oh, right, the rest of the cast. The rest of the cast did great, heroes and villains alike. You really felt for the characters, even when they were side characters that got snuffed out way too early. The story overall is kind of long, but it's not boring. It's interesting to watch, but it's definitely a slow burn. Overall, I'd say this Captain America is, like I said, the one we need and the one we deserve right now. Because I saw a lot of parallels with this and our real world, although one aspect was closer to the DC universe, so I'm not going to say much. But overall, this darker delving into the Marvelverse was decent. Though I look forward to the more colorful aspects of the Marvelverse once we get back out into space. Maybe visit Sakaar again, or see what happens with the Fantastic Four, assuming that's the same universe. So yeah, if you're into the grittier side of the Marvelverse, this one's for you. And even if you're not, there's some decent action. This is Mr. J signing out and reminding you, America is not perfect. Its founding was something we don't want to talk about, even though we absolutely have to, because if you're not willing to acknowledge a dark past, then you can't find your way to a bright future. And better isn't perfect, because there's always room for improvement. Cheers, folks. USA, 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 USA.